Warning: the following opinions and views of the Chrono podcast do not reflect the sport of Airsoft as a whole. Viewer discretion is advised. Alrighty, welcome to episode 2 of the Chrono podcast. Thank you everybody for checking out episode 1 from last week. I really do appreciate it. Also, the support that I have been getting, it's fantastic. And the future ideas and so forth and stuff like that. Today, I got some new stuff to talk about, as well as a guest on the show. I wouldn't say just a guest, but a teammate. I'm joined here today with my good friend TDL Iowa.
Hello.
Hello. Anywho, yeah, we got lots of stuff to talk about today. First off, we're just going to give you a lowdown of what's going to happen. I'm going to start with what's happening, upcoming games and stuff, and then we'll follow out with news and then a field spotlight. I've got 3 good topics to talk about as well after all that fun regular scheduled program list stuff. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. We got banning the player, not the platform, field and camping etiquette, and what's a good brand of replica. So let's see. Some regular scheduled games throughout each weekend. The Yakima Airsoft Center, as well as the Tacoma Airsoft Center. They both host games every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe they're doing the block play right now, and that's like a 3-hour block. I believe it's $25 just for admission, and then an included 1,000 rounds. And then with a rental, I believe it's $40. I'd have to look up on that. Let's see here. Yep, yeah, Airsoft Center. Website. All right, let's take a look here. We want the face cam. So yeah, it's basically the same website as the Tacoma Airsoft Center. They're owned by the same gentleman, Jason. You can sign the waiver here on the website. I believe you just have to do it once, and they have it on record, so you don't have to sign it each time. So it's like if you're playing, they just apply it again. I do believe. So there's that. Oh yeah. But yeah. So I don't know how the block play works at the Tacoma field. I do know how it works down at the Yakima Airsoft Center, this place right here. That's 15th South Front Street in Yakima, Washington. I go there a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's a small field, but a fun one. A lot of fun 5v5, 3v3 gameplay. It's a good time. So I know the first block goes from, I think, yeah, on Friday it's like Friday and Saturday it's 2 to 3. No. 2 to 5, 5 to 8, and then 8 to 11 p.m. Those are your 3 blocks, and then I think Sunday is just 2 blocks of 12 to 3 p.m. and then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, check that field out and check out those games that are happening each time. Want to get some indoor gameplay happening, most definitely. So that's happening. Let's see here. That's it for upcoming games, I do believe. Let me check some of the other Discords here. Again, the sport of Airsoft is word of mouth. I do believe that there is, so with the Mid-Columbian Airsoft Club, that they're from the Tri-Cities. I do believe they might be having. Yes. Okay. So the same day as the Spaceballs at Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft over at Hover Park near Benton City. That one is East Hover Road, Kennewick, Washington. That's down by the Tri-Cities. It's the Mid-Columbian Airsoft Group. They host games at that park on the regular. So if you want to catch a game there at 8:30 a.m., that is the place to go. I will link their Discord in the description if you want to check them out. There's that game that's happening. I do believe I'll link this other Discord as well. So Crimson Airsoft, also known as the SNOS Airsoft team, they host free-to-play games as well up in Tampico at the on DNR land. They're in good cahoots with the DNR folk, and the DNR folk have been gracious to let them use the park. And there's a plethora of acreage, and it's a lot of foliage, just natural, bare bones field. And it's a good time. I will link their Discord down below as well. I believe they're having another game. I would be attending that game, but I'm in the Saturday shift pocket. I wish I mentioned these games a little bit earlier, but, it is what it is. I'll be posting this video, Tuesday or Wednesday anyway. That way it's a little early to catch on. I don't know if there's any other games happening around the state. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah.
I can tell you one thing: there is nothing happening here in the Midwest.
No airsoft in Iowa.
No.
Isn't there stuff that happens in Illinois or Wisconsin?
Yeah, there's stuff that I'd have to drive quite a ways for, but
Rip.
yeah, it's not worth it.
That's what you should work on doing, is getting an airsoft field started in Iowa.
It's land's expensive.
Yeah, that's true. One side corn, one side airsoft. Airsoft in a
Yeah.
cornfield. That'd actually be pretty fun. Like a corn maze.
I knew that's what you were going with it.
Dude, just think about it. That would actually be a fun time.
Especially during Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be exciting.
That'd be a good idea.
That'd be a really good idea. All right. Let's get into the news section here. Iowa, let's kick off that Discord TOS update. I know this might be a little bit of old news, but I want to get the word out a little bit more about it.
So looks like they've basically banned all selling of firearms, imitation firearms, and obviously the I would say typical banned items that are
right.
on the internet.
Yeah.
But they're labeling imitation firearms as could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Or go ahead.
Oh, I don't understand why they'd be doing that, because Nerf guns. That's including Nerf guns, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's flipping ridiculous. But yeah, no. Yeah, it just started, I think a couple months ago. It just started getting word out, like major word out, to where it's like, oh, this has happened. We can't. A lot of the Discords, and Discord is a big word of mouth platform for the sport as well. It's grown into that. A lot of the sections of buy, sell, and trade in these servers have just shut down or halted until further notice. And hopefully they'll get back to where the TOS is like, oh, okay, this is just a hobby. This is not, expensive. The one thing that I don't understand is tactical gear. Like knee pads. Think about it.
mean,
Or boots. You know?
it would just be the world that we live in.
It's ridiculous, dude. So you can't sell camel pants on Discord or have a buy, sell, and trade. Which,
Illegal. Straight to jail.
yeah, it's just straight to jail. Lock them up. But yeah, it sucks because I made this one server for the Yakima area. I'll link it down below as well. Is the Yakima Airsoft trading post, and I was trying to focus to where it wasn't interfering with the legitimate business, to where people can just get on there and privately trade stuff or sell or buy and stuff like that, and it sucks. But yeah, no, I guess it is what it is. Yeah, very unfortunate there. But oh well. What can we do? We're just people of the sport. Oh, what was the other thing? Yeah, the other thing I'm particularly excited about. Let me. This is a big, big win, especially for my fellow snipers out there. Hold on, I need a.
Oh, the silverback?
Not just the silverback, but it's a. Okay, keep in mind it is a Novarich product. We'll brush up on that's one of our future topics. They're part of it, I would say. Let's see. Magazines. There it is. So, Novarich, they actually did something I think is very worthwhile. So, the infamous MK23, the sidearm that I run when I am sniping, and the sought-after sidearm that a lot of other snipers go after and for. These magazines right here are a pain in the butt. Reason being is the base plate, they leak so easily. So easily. And they have these two pins right here that you have to hammer out in order to be able to take out the magazine. Or not take out the magazine, but take the butt plate off, get to the O-ring, reseal the O-ring. Maintenance. Regular gas mag maintenance. It's ridiculous. They did come out with something that I think should be standard on all gas blowback magazines. And you probably know this construction with the where's the picture? With regular like Glock and high Kappa magazines is the standard screw on the bottom of the butt plate. And I think you can remove this butt plate too. And yeah, screw on mag base for easy disassembly. This is a game changer for MK23s, and hopefully it makes it easier for maintenance as well as upkeep and stuff like that, because these mags, they leak so easily. Like, I have a couple, and I tried, if you can see here, I tried RTVing some of them. Now, these two I haven't had a problem with on the base plate. Yeah, there might be a little bit of leakage around the valve, which is another easy way of doing maintenance. But still, you shouldn't have to do that. With these, it's a game changer, and it holds 32 BBs instead of the 24, so you get more rounds out of a mag. So I'm eager to see like more thorough reviews of this magazine. I know a few snipers that are trying to get some. But yeah, that is well done, Novarich. I have to say that's
a good bang for your buck.
Yeah, I would say a good bang for the buck. Yeah, no, good bang for the buck for sure. I want a few. I want to at least try a couple, but I want to hear a legitimate review before. What's another one? Oh, yes, the infamous TAC 41. I did address this. Let's see, where's Amped Airsoft? That's another good website to go on as well, in my opinion. They got some great stuff on there. The TAC 41 is a sought-after airsoft platform with good um, reputation. I want to show you guys something insane. So a regular TAC 41 retails at about like 389 to 400 bucks. It's fucking nuts how expensive they are. And Silverback just changed the sniper game a bit more. Again, my favorite fucking... Okay, excuse my language. My favorite... my favorite brand, I would say. Anywho, check out this puppy and look at that price tag. Holy Toledo. Wow. So, I'm on Amped Airsoft right now. And the Silverback TAC 41 Lite Sport, $189.99 for a Silverback rifle.
Good intro.
Yeah. Very, very good intro. Again, snipers are money pits. I will say, I will stand on that hill. They are money pits. But I like to snipe. And I will say, this is a great platform. Parts are a bit more exclusive since it's their own, I would say, engine or construction. It's not VSR or L96 standard. So, parts are a bit more exclusive. And sometimes they're out of stock a lot. But it's a patient build, I would have to say. It's not like to where, oh, I got $1,000. I can just get all these parts. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. Voila. I got a built sniper rifle. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I do want one of these, but it's like, gotta save money. Guilty pleasure. What was the other thing? Oh, yes. Norwest Airsoft. They are a airsoft business based out of Spokane, Washington. Also, they have recently... Well, I wouldn't say recently. They've started an indoor field. And originally, it was exclusive for Norwest customers only. Now, I don't know what that entails, but with Airsoft being a word-of-mouth sport, that's not good for business. That, again, that's just my opinion. But I did hear that they recently had a public game and it went very well. Like, very well. A lot of big names on Eastern Washington were there.
Oh.
So, yeah. Yeah, I heard it was a good time. So, you know, give them a golf clap. So, congratulations to Mike from Norwest for having a successful public day. So, yeah, that's me. I'm big on word of mouth. I'm big on networking, for sure. I'm not about exclusive. I don't know how to say that. I'm about being exclusive.
Exclusivity?
Yeah. And I mean, you know, you got to remember, like, you know, word of mouth. And yeah, it's good to have your own, like, you know, membership and stuff like that to get deals on the website. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole with. So that is what's happening in news today. I don't know if there's anything else happening, Iowa.
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of. I do know that Arcturus has just came in swinging this year when it comes to airsoft. Like, their AKs are amazing. Their cats are great. Those are great replicas, but I mean, you can't go wrong with the most impressive one. Is their entry one? Is their for like $160, the MK1 LWT, and you can plug a it's Dean's compatible right out of the box. You can run 11.1s right off the bat. It's a good replica, I will have to say. But yeah, no, it's that is
Yeah.
a killer one for sure. So, what is?
Degen. Degen still runs one of their rifles, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's got one of the AKs, and he says, "I'm not kidding you. That hop stock, you're getting people past 100 feet.
Not bad.
It's pretty damn good, dude. Like, they came out swinging. So, shout out to Arcturus. Great brand. Field spotlight. So today I want to shout out a local field. I got to thank them wholeheartedly. I got to thank the owners, Jason, and the owner of the Yakima Airsoft Center, Nick. Two great guys, and they graciously are sharing the sport in the city of Yakima, which I am all for. They have helped caused an exponentially big boom of the sport, and it's awesome to see. And I mean, they can attest to it too. I'm in there every time I'm headed like Nighthawk or another game and stuff like that. Get airsoft supplies and basics, or I got my 4.3 high kappa from there, and it still hasn't quit on me yet. It's still stock, and it's like everybody's like, "You gotta wait for that plastic slide to break, and then that's when you go down the rabbit hole of upgrading." And I'm like, I'm still waiting for that excuse. This thing's solid. Shout out to Tokyo Mirui, another great brand. But yeah, no. Let's see here. I want to see if I can find some photos. Let's see. Images. So let's go into the images of it. Here we go. So here's a few still images of the field. Keep in mind they have so the building used to be Lighthouse Thrift as well as a morgue. Interesting history of that building right there. But so fun fact, I provided a lot of these still shots for them and helped out with some advertising as well. So, just that's me getting the word out. There's me. So this right here is their upstairs area, one of their upstairs area. What's cool is they have an upstairs and a downstairs. Their main field it's the larger portion. It is a small field, but it's a fun one. And what's cool, they can run multiple games with multiple groups if they wanted to. So this field upstairs is the pistol 1v1. So you got guys with their souped up high kappas and CQB tactics and speed soft tactics alike. What's great about this place too is that both play styles mesh together. It's not biased to particularly one, and for the most part, the community is very, very positive. I totally recommend this place. It's a very fun place. There's me, and here's another still shot of the field. There we go. Airsoft Block Play has arrived at Yak. Come play for $25, self-equipped, or upgrade your experience with our rental package. And then there is their block plays for the weekend. So yeah, 3-hour block play, 1,000 BBs for $25, and then your package warrior, 3 block play for 1,000 BBs, face mask, basic gun. That's pretty darn good, I would say, price-wise.
Not too bad at all.
Not too bad whatsoever. Here's a great photo too. Let me see if I can stream my screen while recording. Let's see here. Yeah, I can. So you got a good little, we got a good group of young bros, and it looks like that's a Jelly Ball group. That is actually a fun alternative to Airsoft. I do have a Jelly Ball video. What's nice about Jelly Ball is in close quarters, you can full auto and go ham. and it doesn't hurt whatsoever, and you don't feel bad for full autoing somebody. Like it hurts significantly less than airsoft. It's great. Shout out to Jelly Ball. I actually do definitely recommend it. It's very fun.
Shockingly, there is a presence of that in the Midwest.
Really? Dude,
Yes.
get into it.
I d- I just don't have any free time anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you there. Here's a few other still shots of the field. Yeah, that's a good one right there. That's Red Spawn right there, and this is the outdoor section. But yeah, that's just the one section. They do have another indoor section as well. A lot of word of mouth stuff on Facebook with these folks, as well as Discord. I like this picture. This guy's just ready to go. He's got the M4 replica and he's got the drum mag. He's just ready to go clean house.
That's as big as he is.
Not let me go in. But yeah, oh yeah, there's one of my shameless plug. So I actually got a few, yeah, and there's a plethora of YouTubers that are small YouTubers that are taking um the internet's by
Hey, what is
storm.
going on, guys? Bug Eye here, bringing you guys another.
Bug Eye being one of them. Definitely recommend that place. Very fun place to go. Iowa, if you're ever flying over and visiting in town, I want to take you there. Joey,
Well, what's happening here?
ladies and gentlemen, we got TDL Rabbit in the house. We're doing an Airsoft podcast. You down?
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm not on my phone. I'm on my phone right now, but I can jump on my computer.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, no, we're just talking stuff, and then I'm doing a field spotlight of the Yakima Airsoft Center.
Yeah, I actually just drove by that yesterday. I literally was telling my girlfriend Lily like that you told me all about that, and they have like a little field in there
Yeah,
that we need to check it out.
dude, definitely. Let me know when you're heading there. Like maybe next weekend, I am going to, like maybe next Sunday, this coming Sunday or Saturday or Friday night.
If anything, maybe Sunday.
Okay.
Because Friday night we're driving out to Snoqualmie. We're gonna go hiking with our dog and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But I'll jump in the chat in just a minute.
All right, sounds good, bro.
Yeah.
So we got the TDL bros in the house. Very nice. Yeah. Shout out to Yakima Airsoft Center. Check them out. I'm going to link them down below. They do have a YouTube, but I am going to link their Facebook page. I think that's a better word of mouth to get all their information. And so, yeah. Check them out. Check them out. So, I think that brings us to our first talking point. And that is banning the player, not the platform. So, what is your take on that?
So people, if obviously the field should be running the turning locks. If they're not, look into it. Definitely is a better way to manage people and make sure they're
Right.
within regulations.
Yeah, managing HPA.
Yes. Something I wanted to debate is electrics, though. If you chrono with .28 and you run out, and your buddy hands you a mag and he's running 2.5s, and now you're shooting too hot, what do you do?
So that is a good question. So yeah. So in this topic, it's not just talking platform wise. It's talking like chrono rules and regulations and stuff like that. The thing with let's see, where's the Airsoft Joule chart? I have that thing on speed dial almost.
Good thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing with that, and that's a good I get where you're coming from, because with the lighter BBs, that FPS is going to increase. So let's take a look at the Joule chart right here. So you said, well, okay, give me a what? It's like 320.
So yeah, say I want to say my my cry attack was 350
Mm-hmm.
out of the box. So
350 out of
and
the
I
box.
was 350 out of the box, and I was using 2.8s or 3.2s most of the time.
Okay.
And then I would run out halfway through, and I would get handed a mag by just like a random player on the field
Yep.
who would probably be running 2.5s.
Right.
Okay. What?
So actually, so come to find out. So this is with the new rules too, and I will advise this to new players. If a field is just running on FPS for their regulations, I highly advise you not go, unless they're specifying chronoing with a specific BB weight. I'm going to be using Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft as a big example through a lot of this, because the rules have dynamically changed, and for the better. With that is that, yes, you're going to be having an increase of FPS, but the joule amount is going to be the same. So if you look at this joule chart right here, you say your cry attack was at 350 FPS.
I believe.
Was that what BB weight was that measured with?
2.5s.
2.5s. Okay, so we go to 350 FPS with 2.5s. Wow, so that's 1.4 joules.
Mm.
So if we go up to like around 1.4 joules to 2.8s, so you're pulling. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, no, it drops in FPS. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, 0.25 gram BBs at 350 FPS is 1.42 joules. If we go to 1.42 joules in the 0.28 section, you're actually pulling 330 FPS. So your joule amount does not change. Only your FPS does. So you may think you are shooting hotter, but in reality, you're not. So the only thing is that your BBs are a bit faster and a little less accurate. So, and that's a lot of indoor places will limit it to 0.20 gram BBs and a limit of 330 FPS. So with that, it's a limit of like a joule. So a good example, a lot of their rentals there go 325 to 328 at the Yakima Airsoft Center. So, and that's still in the 0.981 joule range. That's not going to hurt a lot. My PX9 Chrono's at like 290, and that's 0.78. And 0.78 is the same joule amount that my high kappa Chrono's at. Those are just bone stock. Again, with indoor, you don't really need to upgrade like your spring or anything to make it shoot harder. You just really need to maybe upgrade your hop and maybe your motor. That way you can make more snappier trigger pulls with your AEG and reshim your gearbox and stuff like that. So another good example is sniping. So I have 4.5s and 4.0s that I actually rotate a lot. There's a few mags that I will run 0.40s in, and I chrono with 0.45s. So with 4.5s, so I know this is in the red. And some people say that's not acceptable. Now, within the red, you got to keep in mind too, sniping also requires you to not be an idiot. So, at Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft, you have to have a certification, which means you need to take a test. And in that test, you need to understand what you possess as a replica. It's very powerful. And with that power, with great power comes great responsibility, basically. With that power, it's not designed to hurt somebody, although it can. It is designed to be able to shoot far. There is a thing called MED, stands for minimum engagement distance. My minimum engagement distance is 100 feet. That is far. And that's pushing it for some replicas. And with that high joule output replica, you have to have a CQB rated replica that's pulling like joule amount like this. That way you can hit somebody from close quarters and not, assault. Airsoft is Airsoft is a very safe sport, and these rules and regulations enforce that to make sure it is a safe sport and a fun one.
It sounds dangerous when you're not
Yeah, but when
doing it.
Right, but when you look into it, it's actually it's a lot of fun. So my sniper replica, the last time I chronoed it, it was with 4.5s, and I was right at the limit. So I was at 3 joules. But with that 3 joule replica, I am hitting people from 300 feet away. My longest shot was probably 101 yards.
Jeez.
So it's that one little hill that's on the right of the flag that's closest to the gas station at the city. I was hitting people at the border of the trenches. On that road in those pillboxes. It goes far.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's sniping, dude. I missed probably about 15 of the 20 shots I took, but I hit somebody. But anyway, so if you look at 3 joules, right?
Yep.
So here's 3 joules right here. So I'm usually around 380 to 380 FPS with that joule amount. If we look at 3 joules for 0.40s, which is the 2 over to the whatever, it's probably 400, give or take 400, 405 FPS for that replica. So, again, it's the same energy used. The FPS may increase, but the energy does not change. And that is why it is important. I think it should, in my opinion, I think it should be mandatory that all fields use joule instead of just FPS. Because it makes more sense just sticking with that one number. That way you're not, we chrono with 0.25. If this is your FPS amount, you're too hot. So, like, say, if you're chronoing with 0.25 gram BBs and it's like 500 FPS or around here, I mean, that's 279, 273. Yeah, that's high joule output, but it's not as accurate as just with joules. Like, the joule amount at Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft for bolt action snipers, if they are, you need that certification, it's between 2.5 and 3 joules. Lower than that, you would have to take like a DMR test, and lower than that, you don't need a certification. So, you may think you were shooting too hot, but you're not. And that's another, I am on your side on that one thing, because the ref could spot check you and think that you're shooting too hot as well, because they probably won't switch the chrono to 0.25s instead of 2.8s.
Right.
That is a problem.
That's why you bring it up.
Mm-hmm. That's why you always ask what weight of BBs your friend's using in a buddy mag. I try to use 0.28s regularly, or 0.30s.
Yep.
So, but yeah, joule amount is important for sure. Now, when it comes to upgrading and stuff like that, there have been idiots on the field. I use HPA. Okay. initially, when people hear that, they might think, oh, he's got one of those high RPS builds and he can crank it hot if he wants to. No. I'm the exact opposite. With that, I don't want to deal with green gas, and I don't want to deal with batteries. Although some HPA engines deal with batteries. This gets overshadowed about HPA all the time. And that's the thing that ticks me off about it, is that it's always the mag dump cheater, whatever videos and stuff like that. And those videos and word of mouth are what has gotten HPA banned from a lot of fields across the country, as well as Washington State. At the Yakima Airsoft Center and Tacoma Airsoft Center, they have banned HPA because they saw a video in California. And again, it's their field and it's their regulations. They can do as they please. But there is a good chunk of people that just run HPA in the sport. Now, a lot of them will do an HPA tab, right? Not necessarily have an HPA engine. A good example are the high kappas. You can run with more pressurized gas in a green gas mag or a CO2 mag, whatever. I know those might be able to be modified. The rate of fire is dependent on the replica and how quick and snappy they are. I've seen high kappas be so snappy to where they sound like they're full auto almost, but they're not. Like that classic OC Airsoft video. That's not full auto. This is. It's not full auto. They they can be snappy. The only hookup is a hose and a tank. The benefit with that, with a high kappa, is they don't run out of gas or their power source. That's the only benefit with HPA on that type of, with a gas blowback. Now, if it's an HPA engine, yes, you can tweak your rate of fire and stuff like that, and it's easy to do that. There's a way to regulate that stuff very easily. And it's so simple. And paintball have been doing it for years. And that's what you were mentioning earlier was the tourney lock.
Yeah.
And give us a breakdown of do you know what they do at Nighthawk?
I really don't, because I only use my AUG.
So, yes, they use the tourney lock. In my personal opinion, if the Tacoma Airsoft Center and the Yakima Airsoft Center incorporate tourney locks, their incidents will drop about 90%. It is so effective. So, there was an incident before the tourney lock, and I think this guy is still locked up for assault. Now, in this sport, there's always the very few that will try and ruin it for the rest of the majority. Now, this guy was a total idiot. Yeah, it's that Barrett guy.
I fucking knew it.
So I even test fired. It was like, the test fire. It's like, can I try up a couple shots? I didn't realize first it was full auto. So he's got like a Polar Star F2 or Jack in it. Secondly, he had it so cranked up that one of the player refs or main staff, Meeseeks, he was wearing his license plate armor and it mulched through the armor and gave him a very big bruise. They said he was chroning at about 700 to 800 FPS. Let's look at the Joule chart.
Back to the Joule chart, yes.
Let's look to the Joule chart. Dude. Oh.
Yeah.
Not acceptable. Even with 0.28s.
Off the charts.
Yeah, it's off the charts. That's almost subsonic, like pellet gun 22. That is assault.
That's definitely in the pellet gun range.
Yes. That is insane. Utterly insane. And so he was at the field twice. This was the second time he was there. The first incident, I think it was all right. Second incident, they tried to catch him, the staff did, and they couldn't find him. Luckily, though, an airsoft field in Montana caught him in the act, and they got the cops involved, and he was charged with assault, and he is locked up. For how long, I don't know. And the word Yeah, he might be out. It was a few years, but he can't play no more. Dude, the word of mouth spread so quickly that the left half of the country, he was banned from every single field. From Montana to California, Nevada, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, all those fields. So, that's another reason to not be an idiot like that dude. Seriously. Which is why fields have reasonable regulations for that stuff. And so
And
forth.
not to like scare people, but more to deter people.
Right.
There are people on the field who record.
Yes.
You like if you are seen doing such acts, it's gonna be on video. Someone probably will have it.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing too is I like what honestly a lot of fields in Washington could follow, and I think Nighthawk got inspiration from Forest Fire Airsoft on their rules. But a lot of other fields, the Yakima Airsoft Center, Tacoma Airsoft Center included, if it's indoor, they could take a lot of notes from this stuff. Nighthawk, they got player refs, right? I'm one of them.
Yep.
I wear a ghillie suit bush. I'm a concealed referee. I'm out sniping, doing my thing. If I catch somebody on some silly stuff, I'm going to call you out. And if there's a problem, we'll go to a legit ref. That is designed to eliminate any problems, and it deters any broken rule shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
To go forth with the tourney locks. With the tourney locks, Nighthawk's problems have decreased by about 90%. That is more than significant. If you clip that tourney lock, you're automatically ejected because it's been tampered with after Chrono. If you dodge Chrono and there's no tourney lock, then you're banned from the field.
You might get a slap on the wrist
Yeah.
for first offense, but if it ever happens again,
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's enforced. It's very enforced. And for great safety reasons, too. And what's also nice about the tourney locks is that there is a number on the tourney lock. They write that number down with your name and contact info.
Yep.
So, any tampering or whatever, you're out of here, son. And it's made the use of HPA a much more less scarier, platform to be heard of. And that's the thing that sucks about that platform too, is because, in my opinion, and this is how it should be, is that it is a platform that makes it easy to use. Less moving parts.
it's a simple machine.
It's a simple machine. But yeah. And that's the thing though. With the ban of HPA in fields, people can make AEGs do that thing too. So, the too hot thing, all you got to do is swap out a spring. And a lot of M4s have that quick change spring. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. Like, if you ban HPA, that's going to be inevitable. Be like, oh, you have to buy, you got to inspect your AEG just in case you've done any modifications. And granted, it's a lot harder to upgrade an AEG than it is for HPA. HPA could be done quicker with just a turn of a switch. Tourney locks. Eliminate that problem.
I don't know, man.
Drastically.
I've seen those quick change springs on some of them where it's like you take off the stock and
Yeah, it's one screw.
you get access. It's like, whoa.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, the one that I'm working on right now has a quick change spring. Granted, I'm going to swap a Kythera in it, but later down the road. But yeah, no. And I mean, don't get me wrong. The quick change spring feature is great because a lot of replicas shoot too hot for indoor, which is why you could swap in a CQB spring to make it shoot less hot. But yeah, ban the player, not the platform. Seriously. The only thing that should be really banned on the field is those full automatic AA-12s that are shooting like 4 BBs a shot full auto. Those are insane. Like the ones that they have banned in Japan and stuff like that. Those ones are nuts. But yeah, no, that's my personal opinion with HPA, because HPA, I think it's more reliable. It's a sniper's best friend. Hello. My main squeeze, my bar 10, is a Wolverine swap. And it's bolt action. 1 shot per bolt pull.
So this is kind of a stupid argument, and this is about the 4 BBs and like 1 or 2 shots. You ever seen those double-barreled like M4s or the double-barreled 1911s?
Yeah, but you got to remember, too, those are prone to fail so much
Yeah,
more
no.
easily.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that immediately when you said that, just my stupid argument.
Yeah, no, it's a silly argument in my opinion. And again, a lot of these businesses are legitimate businesses. They can do as they please with their, rules. I just don't agree with the ban of HPA. I will say though, and don't get me wrong, that we'll save that for another episode. Future topic:
Fair enough.
Milsim and Speedsoft. But yeah, no, it's those tourney locks. If you guys ever get a chance, again, check out Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. Take a look at their Chrono rules. In fact, let's take a look at their Chrono rules. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Waiver.
Oh, look. There he is. The man
Dale
himself.
Burbridge. Let's see if I can find it. All right, let's see. Oh, of course, I can't log into frickin' Facebook. Waiver. Download waiver. Let's see. Oh, that's just the waiver. Okay.
You're looking for rules?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me hook up my. Do you have your Facebook handy on your computer?
I don't. Sorry. I actually don't even use Facebook.
That's all good. I'll find it.
Might have been on the old webpage.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Could be their old webpage. But anyway. Here, I'll just read it off. Because I have it handy on my frickin' phone. Let's go to collections, albums, Airsoft Chrono stuff. Let us run through the Chrono stuff. Rabbit's back in.
Yep.
We were just talking about banning the player, not the platform, and how tourney locks with HPA have decreased problems by like almost tenfold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Replica power limits and procedures. We chronograph all your replicas using joules as the measurement of power. Green flag number 1. This allows us to have the most accurate gauge of how powerful your replica is shooting. You must present your iPro for inspection. Replicas will be tested at the weight of BB you are using. Be honest with your BB weight. All HPA-powered replicas must have a tournament lock with the tank to prevent tampering. Replicas will be marked with a colored zip tie, which will indicate your restrictions on the field for minimum engagement distances. MED, CQB, field DMRs, and snipers. You will receive a punch on your dog tag to indicate that you went through Chrono. Spot checks will be conducted randomly by staff, and if you are found to be shooting higher than your replica is tagged for, you will be removed from the field and asked to leave. They came out of the gates blazing with these new rules. So replicas under 1 joule, no MED. Pistols CQB 1 to 1.5, 20-foot MED. Rifle saws LMGs 1.5 to 1.8 joules, 50-foot MED. DMRs semi-only 1.8 to 2.5 joules, 100-foot MED. Sniper bolt action only. Must be 16 or older to work DMRs. Sniper bolt action only, 2.5 to 3.0 joules, 100-foot medium. Side arm required for both DMR and sniper. Sidearm has to be under 1.5 joules. You must be 18 years old to work a sniper rifle. If your DMR sniper rifle shoots less than 1.8 joules, then it can be used by any age. No testing required. Which is challenging and fun. Close quarter, quick scoping in the town. But anyway, solid rules like that, they make or break a field, in my opinion. But yeah, no, definitely tourney locks, and it could be just a colored zip tie, and they have the colored zip tie color coordinated and have your name written down. And if that zip tie that's covering your regulator from being tampered with is clipped, you're off the field. It's foolproof. It is fucking foolproof. Do you guys have anything else to brush up on that topic?
I think it's most of the basics covered.
Yeah. Joey, what do you got?
He just got here. He has
Rabbit?
no idea.
Okay. All right, let's get to the next topic here. So, field and camping etiquette. So, with that being said, there is a lot of fields that are far away, and people like to camp out if they can't afford a hotel. Some of the fields are graciously enough to let you camp. Again, and use them as an example, Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. Dale, the owner, graciously lets people camp at the field, and he's made a tremendous campground, too, which is great. Pack in what you pack out and leave it better. That should be just a golden general rule when it comes to camping. I've seen... So, our team TDL... Oh, excuse me. We're regulars there, and we help out with the field as much as we can. Dale has graciously given us our own camping spot. And so, with some... we like to keep it clean. And sometimes we will arrive there and there is trash all over the field. Airsoft stuff, paintball stuff. There was a bunch of paintball boxes that were left around the fire pit and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't take much to clean up. Especially garbage on the field, too. Like, if you find garbage, you know. And Dale specifies at the end of the raffle, at the end of the day, hey, I got trash bags. Please pick up after yourselves. And he's got the power to take away the privilege of camping. It's his property. So, have you seen any of that stuff at the sort on the field at all?
Like, of people not picking up, or of people picking up?
Of, like, people not picking up, and then, like, field abuse, too.
Yes. There's been a couple instances of people totally disregarding any trying to think of the right words now, Jesus.
Oh, I've been there.
They don't have any respect for the field owners or the land itself. You'll see people throwing glass bottles and whatnot into fire pits the nights before, and you know, granted they might be inebriated, but that doesn't change anything.
Like what was it? I mean, yeah, there's going to be some cardboard left in the fire pit, but that's just cardboard. You can burn that stuff as like a fire starter and all that. So yeah, but the glass bottles and pop cans and all that.
Yeah, like burnables are one thing. Yes, it's not great for the environment, whatnot, but things that don't burn,
Hmm.
Don't put them in a fire. It's that simple.
Yeah. Um, a pet peeve that I have noticed too. It's a pet peeve of mine, and I know it's definitely a pet peeve of field owners. Is the like CO2 canisters, like the little 12 gram ones.
Oh, yeah, the little silver
Oh, the
cans.
tiny ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
Like.
see those all the time.
Hmm.
That's my biggest complaint. I
Yeah.
see those little fucking metal like silver fucking CO2 things
Easy.
just laying around like they're nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like just on the field, and it's like, why? Just put those in your back pocket. Yeah, they might jingle a little bit, but
Yeah.
just find a trash can. The other thing I've noticed, that was another pet peeve of mine, is the amount of like plastic water bottles and wrappers and stuff like that, because I think it was Walk the Line to where there was a lot of that stuff happening, and we did have a trash can, and people would just leave it on the ground. It's like, come on, guys. We were help cleaning up after the event, and we probably got like 2 trash cans full of trash out of the field. It was ridiculous.
It's gonna come to a point where either people are gonna have to pick up them after themselves, or those types of events aren't gonna be possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Too trash heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want that to be taken away. Um. Yeah, no. What was it? Oh yeah. Um, like the abuse to structures and stuff.
Seen it
I've seen it too.
firsthand. Like, I mean, albeit most of the time, the people who abuse a structure are little kids who don't know any better.
Yeah.
They see it in video games, so they think they can do it in real life.
Yeah.
But
Like.
you see adults do it. You see adults do it too,
Uh-huh.
and that's the sad part.
Yeah. And it's like every safety brief it's mentioned. Like, don't do this, don't do that. Also, like, the shooting of wildlife, because it is in the some fields are in the forest. Like, don't do that. Yeah, there might, and also, airplanes or aircraft might be flying over. I am one for not using a laser attachment. It's not Call of Duty. It just exposes yourself and makes you an easy target. I mean, yeah,
I think-
maybe a laser designator to laser designate a target, but for regular replica use, it's a danger to people's eyes too.
I mean, if it's a constant on, yeah, I could see it being a problem. But if you got a pressure switch, only lays when you're basically on target already, just as like a confirmation of where you're shooting.
Yeah.
That would be my argument for it. That's why I run my pressure pad, and eventually I'm gonna get a laser too.
I run mine for a flashlight.
I mean, right now I got the flashlight on there.
I think that's a more effective attachment because, like, especially close quarters, it can disorient your enemy, and they don't know where to fire. I don't know. It's silly. Like, just respect the field. I've seen a few. So there was this. There's actually, it's not from here, but an amusement park somewhere, and it was like a Ren Fair area, and they hosted an airsoft game, and the amount of broken stuff they ended up with from that group, they're like, okay, we're not going to host another airsoft event. I don't want that to happen to any field over in Washington, to where it's like, okay, we got to shut it down, you know? Yeah, I'm just respect the place. You're there to have
And
fun.
I mean, I think part of that was potentially worse during pandemic times due to like ambiguity. You didn't know who was who because you couldn't see a person's face most of the time. And now that
Right.
that's all back to normal, I feel like that like cloak that people, basically they felt invincible. They could do whatever they want.
Right. Yeah, that's not the point. That's not the case.
Hang out.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no. And also like etiquette, it's like mouthing off to refs and stuff like that. We
I
saw
think if
that.
you're mouthing off even to a player, it usually shows that you don't have like a lot of like self-control.
Yeah.
And usually the people that are normally the ones to mouth off are like it's unless you've just been irritated the whole match, like it's usually the people that are just kind of trying to bullshit, like
Yeah.
word sacrifice of food.
Yeah, honestly. We saw that a lot with at the 14-hour game, especially with a lot of people who were non-regulars who have $10,000 to $5,000 kits with night vision and all that sorts of stuff. There have been, there's instances where they were not calling their hits and stuff like that, and they would just overshoot people and not designate their target. They got salty that the opposite team was using bright flashlights to disorient the night vision, which is fair play.
That's fair. Yeah. What?
Yeah. I think TDL and the Insurgents caused 5 bad Google reviews for Nighthawk from a small group that got salty. It's like, come on. You thought it was pay to win.
I think I can name like 7 people on the team that have like 2,000 lumen flashlights plus.
Just Merlin. He's like, oh, you opening the MRE? Let me give you the hand of God so you can see real quick.
Doesn't Chud have one too?
I think Chud has one as well. He got COVID and he couldn't make it to that event.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I said he should have just came still, and it was like biological warfare. I'm like, no. But yeah, no, it's like
Had him wear a respirator the whole time.
and then mouthing off to a ref too.
Gas mask.
Yeah. There's actual Z87 gas masks that you can use. They're just a pretty penny. What was it? Oh yeah. Even like mouthing off to staff and the refs and stuff like that. There was one instance, so Beep Beep was reffing from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. And there was an instance where somebody point blanked with a field MED gun, and it was Jackie, Nomad Airsoft's wife.
Yep.
And yeah, no, the guy who shot him, the one player was a player admin. I'm not going to name his name. And he said, "This doesn't involve you. Run." And BP was like, "No. Everybody's involved. You come here. Let me see your dog tags," and all that sorts of stuff. So it was a whole ordeal. They got Dale involved. They woke him up. Actually, no, Dale was up the whole night. And yeah, it was silly.
That's a whole dispute between admins.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, no, it's like respect the field, respect the staff, respect the players. It goes a much more longer ways. I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen anything else that's happened?
There's other incidents in the past of like people holding the flag and shooting people so that they think they're invincible.
Right.
But that's far and few between.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to address.
Yep.
Hell,
Yeah,
I'd say
for
it's
sure.
pointed out every match or every event in debrief.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say in brief. My bad.
Yeah. For sure. That's for sure. Yeah, no, it's silly. I think that brushes up on that topic. For our last one, what is a good brand of replica? Like the good and the bad.
Wants to get, wants to stay away from.
Yeah, definitely. This might be a long one. And again, everybody's opinion's different. Personally, I have a few personal opinions on a few, and then a lot of techs have a good, thorough opinion on a lot of them. What are your guys' choice of replica so far?
I mean, I'm not one to for the best opinion because, well, I mean, I guess I am. I got one of the best cheap intros and one of the more luxury electrics. A Knights G&G and a Crytek.
That's right, you got a Crytek too.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I think you got one of the Cryteks before their QC have started to drop drastically.
I believe I did. Actually, maybe I got one right in the middle because remember the first one I got had plenty of problems. Had to send that one back and get a different one.
Yeah. Oh, was that Nomad too?
Yep, that was through Nomad.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Nomad's fault or whatever.
No, by
No.
no means.
No. Yeah, no, I'm happy. That's the other thing. I'm happy that vendors are coming there. I mean, regular like Nomad, and I'm glad that Norwest has come out there too, because they've got a plethora of things that they sold out of Thunderbees the one game, so that was nice to see, and plenty of airsoft supplies that people actually bought. They made a killing. Both of them did. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Crytek's a toss-up now. They used to be a top dog. Beep's Vector is flawless, thank God. I don't want to tech on that thing. That's a gun I would take into a licensed tech, honestly.
Yes.
But no, I've heard there's a lot of QC problems with Crytek lately, and you really see it. So what's I've learned that so to gauge out the good and the bad, just go to Evic and go to their Epic Deals page.
Sorry, I'm not talking to you guys.
Oh, you're good. Like if we go to their Epic Deal page, you'll see a good, an amount of, stuff that doesn't sell, of course. That's usually what the Epic Deals is. It's like, yeah, we're going to put a deal on this to get out, clear out inventory. A lot of ones that you see regularly are WeTech, Golden Eagle, Cybergun, Matrix. Very few SEMAs, Double Eagle, 6mm Pro Shop, EMG. Oh God, can't
There's
start
a lot
with
of
EMG.
those that I would. Yeah, a lot of those I'd steer clear from.
Yeah, and Crytek as well. Yeah, it's silly. And there's a lot of licensed stuff. A&K. I can't say mad at A&K because their externals are nice. It's just their internals are lackluster. The DMR I built was an A&K platform for that Kythera swap for tunes. And it's working great. But it's like, bro. So, let's see. EMG Strike Industries. I've heard a plethora of problems with these replicas. I've heard they have been. Oh, that's just a rebrand Bifrost, it looks like. Which is the one that Tunes had. Oh! This looks like it. This is the... So, yeah, around $600. This is the replica that Tunes bought.
Didn't that like fall apart?
Yeah. So when I was S-hopping this barrel and stuff like that, it's just a stock barrel and hop-up setup. Granted, it is a rotary and it worked all right. It's shooting to the left a little bit, so we might have to. I might have to crack that thing open and give him a new barrel bucking setup. I might use the 4-quad buckings.
I mean,
From
it
the.
also. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I say it could be just if you said you S-hopped it, right?
Yeah, I S-hopped it.
It could just how many rounds has he shot through it? Do you think?
Yeah, it could be bucking break-in.
I think it's still in that break-in period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it came with red dot too, which is rare. But no, it's so we call this gun the Abomination now. So I wish we informed Tunes before buying that the most expensive replica or custom or whatever that has this on there, stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's tech's worst nightmare. Halo fixed it the first time because it broke like 2 mags in. The second time you used metal upgraded components in the gearbox, that broke a second time. And then Tunes was like, well, I'm tired of this thing breaking. What do we do now? And Alo's like, well, the best thing to do would be HPA it. So he was in with all the other regulators and stuff like that. He's in $1,300 on this gun.
Yep.
Ridiculous. And that's why we call it the Abomination. He's like, I like that name. We're gonna stick with it.
He's into his airsoft gun as much as some people are into their computer.
Yeah, that's for sure. I will
Yikes.
say, we so Beep Beep won this one. The Trax one is actually not bad, which is weird. She got the rifle version. Actually, no, she got the carbine. Eventually, it's like, yeah, it was it's an 8.5-pound gun, so that's pretty heavy. So she's like, I don't want this. It's too heavy. We sold it to Meeseeks, and he goes, dude, this is one of the best guns I have now. So I think it's it's definitely a quality control issue. A lot more bad than good. So I think this is one of the rare ones that performed well, for sure. Yeah, I would avoid that brand, honestly. Another one I would avoid. Now, if it's a replica that you don't want to upgrade, then yeah, get a WeTech. If you want something to upgrade, that's you need it to be TM spec for parts to fit. A lot of WeTech replicas do not fit with Tokyo Marui parts for upgradability, and a lot of this stuff is hard to work with if it breaks. I don't know, another brand to work out for. Golden Eagle, I don't know much about them, but I would watch out for it. Might be a newer brand, I don't know. Cybergun, they're the OG Walmart brand in my opinion.
Yep.
SEMA though, like SEMA Sport, SEMA Platinum. SEMA is probably the closest to Tokyo Marui at a bargain price. Yes, they're going to be old and noisy, but they're a good starter platform.
They shoot well.
Yeah, they shoot well, and they're a good starter platform to upgrade and stuff like that.
Like example, the AKs that Alo and I got for Walk the Line that we had spray painted gold.
Mm-hmm.
They're SEMA Platinums. I think they're SEMA Platinums.
Yeah.
They run pretty well. They're loud, but they shoot straight.
That's pretty good. Another one. Oh, yes. This thing. I've tried this one. F1 firearms, I would be wary about them too. I had the gray one. Yes, it's a cool looking replica. Yes, it's a cool looking Glock platform. But the magazine CO2 design is so bad. It sucks. I don't know if I would. You got to be worried about that one. Cybergun.
CO2 magazine, like
Mm-hmm.
the ones that take the silver cans,
Yeah.
those suck as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they're unreliable
Yeah.
install, they leak all the time.
Yeah.
They shoot way too hot most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Cybergun and A&K is they own the, M249 platform. I'm not too keen when it comes to tech ability on that stuff. Again, let me know down in the comments of what you think, peeps who are watching this. But yeah, you see a lot of EMG. I've actually had good response with King Arms. They're okay, but I don't know. Quality control. Stay away from Double Eagle. This little thing right here, yeah, you might think, oh. So, again, Money Pit. Sniping. This is the type of sniper rifle that, they're new players like, oh, that's really, maybe I'll just be a sniper. That looks affordable. I tell you one thing, that $70 sniper rifle is not going to be upgradable at all. And then that's just going to kill you for the sport because you're trying to use a bolt action. Unless you want to be that indoor person. Now, there was a video, I forget who did it, but they made a CQB VSR-10, and it looks fucking sick. It takes M4 mags and stuff. But, yeah. AGM, stay away from. Matrix, I would stay away from too.
Yep, that was the brand of my 2011 that I got that like fell apart physically.
Yeah.
Metal pieces chunked off.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good brand.
Yeah. I will say though, Matrix did the MK23 good though. And that's my main sidearm right here. It comes with a maple leaf bucking barrel and hop stock. It comes with a metal CNC slide, and the hop up's accessible on the side of the chamber here, so you don't have to take it apart to adjust the hop up.
I might have just gotten a bad one.
Well, again, quality control. Matrix is Evic's house brand. So watch out for that. And again, Evic has some great replicas on here as well. Just gotta know where to shop for. I will say the double eagle shotties are fun. They're like the cheaper SEMA. That's the one shotgun I have, and definitely that one is fun.
Those are the ones that we use for the zombie games, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, those are a few brands to look for. Watch out for. Let's go. So let's bring it.
My dog.
So let's look at the basics here. Let's go down the line. A&K, yeah, quality control. I'm biased. I like A&K. It was my first replica for sentimental reasons. That thing still works. It's from 2011. Adaptive Armament. I've never heard of them. AGM, they're kind of a meh brand. They're like a Big Five brand, in my opinion. Apex Airsoft, I haven't heard of them. APS. Ugh.
Enough said.
I would stay away from APS. Their quality control has been lackluster, especially their Glock line. And Umarex has a chokehold on the Glock 9. The Glock line. Their APS Glocks are very lackluster, like a 3 out of 5 star. Yeah, I don't know. Arcturus, though. Yes. This is the one that Marquise that DGen has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the MOSFET enhanced. No, he has the pre-run MOSFET. He has the $469 one. That thing is insane. This, all right, new players. This is the gun. This is the replica. Beeper's got one in Wolf Gray. It looks fantastic. I think, in my opinion, it is the best starter replica, hands down. Yeah.
I believe that's what my buddy from work got too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good gun.
For almost 2 years, I've never came across a starter gun that is nice and great durability. That is than this Arcturus CQB Sport. I got the package deal from my local airsoft field, and I'm fairly impressed. I'm going to make this review quick and simple and idiot-proof. Whatever specification that says that's what is included. The mainspring has a white painted top inside the box that you're able to switch out once you acquire the AEG. The stock is very accessible, very sleek. Yeah, great starter gun, hands down. Arcturus, they've hit it hard, out of the park. Great replicas. Ares. Ares are not known for their AEGs. They're known for their sniper rifles. And they're good sniper rifles. The only problem with the Ares is that their piston sear wears out so quickly, and they're a pain in the butt to try to find parts for. I've heard the customer support is very lackluster from them as well. Again, this is what I've heard. It doesn't reflect the company whatsoever.
Look a little spendy.
Yeah. Their bold actions are pretty cool. AS Army Armament. Never really heard of them. ASG. I'm not too keen about it. So I know that Novarich, their new... so from one of the local techs, he did a review on the Novarich. I think it's the SSR 77. It's basically a slightly upgraded ASG with the Novarich brand on it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah. Avengers, I haven't heard of them.
Yes.
A lot of these I haven't heard of. Bolt. Beta
So there's a
Project.
lot of brands that are
Yeah.
new.
This is another one of my top 5 Classic Army. Good guns. Pretty good. I haven't run their lower M4s yet, but the one that I did run, these are fun. That miniguns. Where is it? Ah, yes. This one right here. So the Nemesis X9 PX9 platform, I run this at the Yakima Airsoft Center as my CQB Blicky. Definitely a great replica. My only pet peeve with it is the mag release. It's this long button right here. I wish they had the little pistol release like what the G&G ARP9 has. This spring or whatever is very sensitive, and I had problems with it. I did get it fixed, and I haven't had a problem since. So I think that's the only thing you got to watch out for that thing. The gearbox is solid. It's very snappy. I recommend it. Classic Army is a pretty decent brand. It comes with a trigger fit, too. So that's really cool. Cybergun. Walmart's Golden Boy. Yeah. And then you got SEMA. SEMA's like one of the old reliable D-Boys. I haven't really heard of them. D-Boys. Double Bell, Double Eagle. Those are cheap Chinesium plastic. Meh. Their spring shotties are fun. That's all I have to say. Diattack, I don't know a lot on. ENC, I don't know a lot on. I've heard E&L have some of the finest externals for AKs.
Like in terms of like their furniture.
Like their furniture and stuff like that. Their furniture bills are
Yeah.
really cool. Let's see. They got E&L, Echo 1, Jag. Mixed things with this brand. I've heard they're all right. Not so sure with the AEGs. Their gas pistols are okay too. I know a buddy who's got the GAT, which is like a Tech 9 Spectre or whatever. Heard that one's really cool. Tekken-wise, I heard they're hard to work with. I don't know. This thing is a game changer, though. I've worked this. This thing is very fun. And the price of a minigun, holy cow. 100% worth every penny. I've only shot about 9K through it. It's so far so good. My favorite thing about this gun is that it's a lot of fun to play with. High rate of fire, super light, and basically all plastic body. I shoot 3 2s and set the hop up to 6 or 7 to get good results. Fun tip, sometimes I'll flip it upside down and light people up that are behind bunkers with these. Lol, buy one, thank me later. This thing's scary. They had a Juggernaut game at the Yakima Airsoft Center with one of these, and it's very scary, but cool. Elite Force Umarex. That's another granddaddy brand. I think they're okay. Again, I don't have too much knowledge. Again, correct me in the comments. Correct me in the comments on a lot of these brands of what you heard. I know that Umarex makes a great Glock. They make a very good Glock.
So I've heard.
Yeah, so I've heard. EMG, avoid like the plague. Evite custom guns, avoid like the plague. I would recommend. A lot of this stuff, it's just big money for lackluster upgrades. I would, in my opinion, from what I've heard. G&G, definitely a granddaddy brand. The company, they got solid replicas. They're not the most tech friendly when it comes to TM spec upgradability, but they've got great replicas lined up. They got the ARP 9, which is a CQB classic. They got the G&G Combat Machine, which is the tried and true frickin' will not quit on you replica, will not break. So if you're looking for a cheap replica, the G&G Combat Machine is always a good choice. They're also one of the most innovative brands, I would say, with the Lev AR and the split gearbox stuff. And I think Airsoft GI made a few G&G videos on that stuff. GMP, I don't know a lot of experience with. Golden Eagle, I don't know. GSG, I don't know. I've heard ICS, their quality control has gone down and their split gearboxes are a pain to work with. They used to be really good from what the techs have said. JG Works. I don't know about their AEGs, but their Bar 10 is a great platform to start building on. Crytek. Legendary. Good stuff. If the if a if the
When
QC
it passes quality control.
Yep. KWA, legendary brand. If you have a gas blowback MP7, good luck trying to find parts for it. Lambda Defense, I don't know. I will say Lambda and Lilacs, their internal parts that you can get for upgrades are great. I run Lambda and Lilacs barrels and stuff myself. LCT Airsoft, another legendary AK brand, I would say. Some very fine furnished stuff. Again, this is all opinion. Correct me in the comments. Matrix, hit or miss. Avoid like the plague most of the time. Their Matrix Falcon Beta MK23 is good. I think it's better than Novrich's. Modified, they make great buckings. I don't know about their guns. Novrich. A lot of controversy with Novrich. Yeah, Cybergun. It's just licensed stuff. And their quality control has been a little bit iffy. It's not listed on here. Lancer Tactical. Don't. Their Gen 2s don't. Their Gen 3s are actually quite decent, I would say.
I think I got a Gen 3.
Yeah. The only bad thing about... The only bad thing I think with Lancer is that you got to buy Lancer brand stuff. PTS, they make great mags. I don't know about these ones right here. Silverback. I'm biased. I don't know about their AEG, but their sniper rifles are muy bueno out of the box. Snowwolf used to be another sniper top dog. I don't know about them. SOCOM gear. Specna is another good brand that's been hitting hard. SRC Swiss Arms, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Tokyo Marui Granddaddy. One of the best. Troy Industries, I don't know. Umbrella Army. They've made some pretty cool replicas, too, that have been heavy hitters as well. Vulcan, a paintball company. I don't know about their replicas. VFC, that's another granddaddy company. Pretty good, I would say. WeTech, hit or miss. And then I don't know about their. What is this?
I've never even seen. What the?
Oh,
Okay.
I think Eddie Valiant has had a video on this. Another
I think I
minigun.
have seen one YouTube video on it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've had a Well sniper rifle. It was an interesting one. It weighed 10 pounds and it was like a starter. Couldn't really upgrade it, but you know, I don't know. Again, all that discussion of the brands was personal opinion. Correct me in the comments. I do not reflect the brands or the company. Yada yada yada. Think of this as like the Pat McAfee show of Airsoft. Anywho, but yeah, no. Again, everybody's personal experience is different. Joey, I think you run a Lancer Tactical, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Gen 3 or?
I'm not very aware of that one.
But it's done you well.
It's very solid. I like it.
All right, yeah. So yeah, personal experience. Don't let anybody sway you of what you want to buy in Airsoft and stuff like that. There is a lot of suggestions, though. Do your own research and so forth and stuff like that. And with that being said, guys, got anything else that you want to follow up on?
I
Just like
will
you said-
say
Go ahead.
my next one, my next like model or remake, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to go into I want a Kalashnikov base.
Ooh,
So
AKs.
looking into that one right now, and I just hear so many stories about it that like I just have to figure out which ones are decent and then just go for one of those.
From what I've heard, a good person to talk to are some of the SNOS guys or Alex Hudson from Nighthawk. Those are two big Airsoft
I've heard Alex
AK.
is the dude to go to.
Yeah, big
Wow.
AK techs. Oh yeah. So far, I've heard the Arcturus is great.
Leia, what you doing?
But yeah.
What you doing?
Any other future Airsoft replicas that you're wanting, Iowa?
Not really.
Yeah.
Just because, especially with my living situation,
Yeah.
there not being much of the sport, I don't want to delve any more money into it.
I feel that.
But when I move back, I'll definitely be getting into it, having to,
Wait, move back.
eventually, yeah, I'll eventually be moving back.
Okay.
Yep,
Sweet.
I don't know when, but eventually I'll be back, because I don't have much here.
Tired of the corn.
Yes.
And
Not even. That's a talk for another time. But what I wanted to say was, you get what you pay for.
Yes.
Don't buy something that's $80 and expect it to be fucking great out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But not everything that's expensive is great too.
No.
So do your research.
Exactly. Do your research. Listen to the techs. They have great tips and tricks for all that sorts of stuff. I mean, the next replica I would love is that TAC 41L Sport, but I don't need another money pit right now. Alex did have a Tokyo Marui VSR 10 for sale. I'm not selling it at all. DM him on Discord. Find him in the Nighthawk Discord. I'll link all the Discords and stuff like that I mentioned, and links to the businesses in the description. So, yeah. But that being said, I think that is the conclusion for this episode of the Chrono Shock podcast. Iowa Rabbit, thank you guys so much for being a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, of course. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. I just got a DM. Oh, I got a DM from Dale. We might have an episode with Nighthawk Dale Burbridge, the owner of Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. Again, I would love to reach out with other field owners and stuff like that and have a podcast episode. So hit me up. Again, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.